I genuinely felt like, the algorithm hates me or this is unfair. But I just wasn't making content that deserved to get views. I don't know a nice way to put it. So I'm glad I'm talking about myself, because anyone else I feel bad. But I mean, you just look at the retention graphs. People would click off at the beginning. People didn't know sometimes what they're clicking on. And like, if I wasn't retaining a viewer, just why would it make sense for you to promote it? Like, why would you promote a 10-minute video that people watch on average a minute and a half? It just doesn't make sense. I've seen people literally start a channel and within a month hit 100,000 subscribers. I've seen it. I personally know someone who had a channel with 100 subscribers, and me and my mom, boys, other YouTubers that I feel like have a good understanding of how YouTube works, we just help them optimize the video. And I don't like to say the name of the channels because then I feel like I'm taking credit for their success, but literally 100 subscribers, he got 3 million views on a video. And that was with no artificial push. It did like 50 views, 5,000, 10,000, 50,000. It just stair-stepped up every day. And so it's 1,000,000% possible, but it's very hard right off the bat to know what makes a good video, how to hold a viewer, how to get them to click and stuff like that. Some people are naturally entertaining, and retaining a viewer is just much easier for them. And some people, like me, you just need a long time to develop. At the beginning of the video, just tell, like literally the simplest thing, just tell them why they should watch it. If you're putting 1 million Orbeez in a pool, don't start the video with you shopping for, your mom's birthday present. At the beginning of the video, just say, we're going to put 1 million Orbeez in this pool. And then that right there should, be at least slightly sufficient. People blame the algorithm, but typically you can just look at the data and point to it. I mean, when you really boil it down to the people who are watching, just think about it. Like, what do you think YouTube wants? Like, to me, I think YouTube just wants people to click on a video and watch it, right? I mean, that's how they get their ad revenue. That's how they keep, viewers happy and stuff like that. I mean, I'm sure comments, like, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, they want you to click, watch a video, click, watch a video, and just do that as long as possible. So, to me, what's important is click-through rate, getting people to click on your video, and then average view duration, average view percentage, or just relative retention, and, having them watch it. If people are clicking your video more than they click other videos, and they're watching it longer than they watch other videos, I just, as simplistic as that is, that's like what YouTube wants, and I think that's how you just, be successful. Well, obviously everything starts with an idea, and for me, I like to make my videos a little longer, so that's a big part of what ideas we do. So we just, the biggest thing is, obviously a clickable thumbnail and title, interesting stuff, yada yada, but is it something that people will genuinely want to watch? And this might be a little tangent, but one thing is, a lot of creators think click-through rate is just like the title and thumbnail and did they click it, but a lot of it too is, did they enjoy your last video? You know what I mean? Like, because if someone watches a video of yours and they loved it, you can bet the next time you're recommended, their chance of clicking is a lot higher, So it's like, is it something that can be entertaining for a long time? Is it something that if they watch this next time, they see a video of mine, will they be excited? Like, I loved that last one, so I want to watch the next one. Like, those two type of things. And then obviously, is it just interesting and clickable? And so that for, ideation, that's obviously the first and foremost. Well, I guess we start with filming. For me, and it might not always show, trust me, I know I might sound like I come across as a know-it-all. I swear, I'm still learning stuff every day. When filming, though, I like to try to just put it, I feel like a lot of creators have a mindset of like, how can I get the most views with the least amount of time? And I'm not saying that's wrong, because obviously I have that mindset sometimes too, but I try to, when filming, put in as much work, even if it's like a 15-second part of a video, even if that one little part will take like 10 hours, wow. But like hypothetically, right? But that 15 seconds is like, wow, like that's great. Like I feel like viewers genuinely notice when you go the extra mile. And so with filming, it's just like trying to make sure we're doing everything we can, no matter how expensive it is, no matter how much time it takes, to make the best video possible so they have the best experience. And so they want to, obviously watch more videos because that's what you want the viewers to do. And then with editing, just no dull moments, have a good hook at the beginning. Some minor tips I could give is like, if I do a video like last sleep circle wins 10 grand, obviously people are going to watch to the end because they want to see who won the money. So you could apply that to your videos. If somehow you could have a payoff at the end, then, more people are going to watch to the end just to see what happened. And just obviously don't cut out all dull moments, try not to over-explain things. If a camera just sits on me and I'm just talking for 20 seconds, it doesn't hold retention as well as, maybe me talking and other footage popping up. There's things like that if you just, there's literally, in your analytics, and most this, audience retention. You can see where people click off. Just literally go through your last 50 videos, write down where everyone clicked off, and then just don't do those things again. Again, I'm not perfect, so I don't do a great job of it, but, I like to end a series or a challenge on a high note. Like, you can just kind of tell when people are getting a little tired of it, or, I just gave away $1 million less to hand off of it, so now if I do it's 10 grand, it's just not really the same effect. But I'm still going to maybe occasionally do it, but it's just like, to keep things fresh, just, again, it's hard because so many of them are different. Like, if they're a Fortnite creator, I'm not trying to tell them to switch games every month, because then that might kill their career. But for me, I just like to, don't milk a series too hard, you know what I mean? Keep it fresh and always try to introduce things here and there, and then if it works well, take it and run with it for a little bit, then introduce something else new. Because if I just did Last Lead videos nonstop for the next 3 years, like, no one would watch me. Everyone would be like, we've seen it, you know what I mean? Yeah, at the end of the day, like, the idea is a big part of the video, not even just from clicking it, but whether or not people watch it. If you're spending 24 hours in a corner, that's just not as entertaining as spending 24 hours in a jail cell. And at the end of the day, like, the only difference there is the idea. It's not the content. It's what you formulated beforehand. So yeah, like, I like to spend an hour a day. It's dwindled recently. We have a lot of ideas, but if you spend an hour a day thinking of ideas, it's pretty hard to not expect your channel to do better. Unless you're just not executing them properly. Literally, like, I gotta make this work. So I was doing everything I could, like, nonstop. Chances are, like, to have a video go viral, people need to watch it for a really long time, and high percentage need to click on it.
It's long watch time, and that's true. You're right. It's really just a formula of clicking and
yeah, watch time. I mean, like, people overcomplicate the algorithm. Like, if people click on your video and watch your video, they don't care about comments or likes. None of that matters. They just want you to click and watch.
Yeah,
it's funny because people tell me, oh, well, there's an algorithm shift 2 months ago and this and that. I'm like, what are you going on about? Like, the core principles have been the same for like the last 6 years. Yeah, and you got to work smarter, not harder. I mean, some people. I say this analogy a lot, but since we're on the topic, I think for most smaller channels, like, if they're pulling 1,000 views a video, and they upload a video every day for 100 days, they'll pull 100,000 views. But I would recommend you just think of a really good idea, one that people genuinely want to watch, put a lot of fucking time into the video, and you can pull 100,000 views in a week. You kind of see what I'm saying? Because most people that I talk to, because I like to counsel small channels sometimes, just get in the motions of just whatever, and it's just like, if you just took a step back, I haven't even uploaded in the last week, I don't care, it's not like it's that big of a deal, but like, and you just make a kick-ass video, like, you could like pull exponentially so many more views, with so much less effort, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, I was so motivated, like, I would stay up all night just thinking of ideas, like, lots of times and stuff like that, so like, it just, I don't know, I'm glad I did it, because like, without it, I just wouldn't have had the time and just when you just don't have anything else, you just go hard. You know what I mean? I don't know how else to put it. Anyone listening to this probably spends an hour plus a day on Instagram and Twitter, and if you cut that out, like, your life would be no different, like, for the worse, and you would have a free hour to like do whatever. But I actually speak, since we're talking about the hustle, I love people like grind on YouTube for like a year or two, like, oh, it's impossible, and then I'm like, that's rookie numbers, since a lot of people forget it's like unsuggested on phones, thumbnails are really small, so like, people are editing thumbnails full blown on their computer, and when you shrink it down, you can't see all these little things. When I first started, I got 100,000 subscribers with an iPhone, and this is an iPhone 5 that recorded in 30 FPS, terrible quality, so as you guys know, like, equipment's never an excuse, because like, people were constantly roasting me for the quality when I first, I was like, I don't have money, I don't know what to do. But then, I just reinvested every dollar I made, and over the last, 8 years, just slowly. That's a problem. And end of the day, it's just keeping it enjoyable. So I have Chris and Chandler. If you've seen my videos, they're really fun to be around. So like, you know, spending 24 hours in a desert by myself would be miserable. But spending 24 hours with my boys and just hanging out and stuff like that makes it so much more fun. So for me, dude, this might not apply to like 90% of you, but for me, creating an environment that's fun, that I get excited for, and then, you know, outsourcing things that just make me not want to get out of bed, I don't know a different way to phrase it, that's what has helped, you know, long term make me stay motivated. If we are getting a little deep, it was pretty hard, like, because like all throughout high school, people would tell me I was too obsessed and told me like you shouldn't spend so much time on this. My mom and I fought constantly because like I just wanted to make videos instead of doing schoolwork. And when I dropped out of college, she kicked me out. You know, my mom's like really sweet and she cares about me, but she's like, go to college or leave. And I was like, I guess I have to leave. So it was a lot of ups and downs, and every part of the way to me, because I just knew that this is what I wanted to do. I couldn't see a life where I wasn't a YouTuber. It was either I'm a YouTuber and happy, or I'm sad. Those are like the only two outcomes. So I just kept making videos and persevering. And a big thing is I tried to connect with other YouTubers, because a lot of what I know and what I've gone over, those are like the only two outcomes. So I just kept making videos and persevering. And a big thing is I tried to connect with other YouTubers, because a lot of what I know and what I've gone over, I wouldn't know without other YouTubers. So I would constantly spam like a dozen YouTubers a day, and like the first few people that I finally got in contact with, I learned so much off of, and they helped me understand how to make an entertainment